Well, good morning. Welcome back to GP Outdoors. I have to be honest, I did not expect to be doing an update on these Giver gloves so soon after buying them. Disappointment? That's an understatement. If you follow the channel, you'll know I've been kind of on a bit of a quest since late last fall, trying to find an awesome pair of work gloves. Not a good pair of work gloves, a great pair of work gloves. Looks like my quest continues. For those of you just looking for the bottom line, here it is. I received these Giver gloves. It's their lightweight model, which is basically the same as their classic, but without the lining. It's their warm weather glove. I've gotten 10 weeks out of these gloves, and I've already got a hole in the thumb. It's blown out. They didn't wear well, and we're not even into firewood season yet. You folks know that I've been trying out different gloves based on some of your recommendations, as well as a whole lot of research I've been doing online since probably mid to late last summer, trying to look for a pair of gloves that meets a number of different criteria, or at least I can test against, like resistance to abrasion, dexterity, fit and comfort, etc. And my research took me to the Giver glove website. I gotta be honest, looking back now, spending $73 on a single pair of gloves, I think it might have been a bit of an emotional decision because I love the backstory on this company. And I think that's why I probably pushed forward. And hey, a great story, like a bunch of guys from the US coming up to Northern Ontario to enjoy our rivers, fishing, and a lot of fun for years. That was the impetus for creating the company and the gloves. Who wouldn't get caught up in that? It was $73. I expected more. So I guess the journey continues. So let's talk about the next pair of gloves. As many of you know that have followed this playlist or this series on work gloves, I've done a lot of time on the internet, watching videos, reading reference materials, articles, posts, etc., trying to get a good understanding of the different types of materials, whether they're synthetics or they're leathers or skins, etc., different types of skins, different types of synthetics, to try to find that awesome pair of work gloves. So we've got a number of different types of animal skins. There are a lot of synthetics coming out. And after going through too many hours on the internet since last summer, going through this exercise, I've kind of figured out when you push out the articles that are marketing related or they're purposely created to try to push a product, which sometimes is a little tricky to figure out, and you try to narrow in just on fact-based articles or information that I'm able to gather, this is what I believe is kind of the priority or the pecking order of the most desirable type of material or skins for a good pair of work gloves. And remember, that's kind of based on what I believe are some of the most important attributes we're looking for work gloves, for the type of things we do here in the forest. Primarily, you know, whether it's fit and comfort, whether it's dexterity, warmth for the winter, etc., type of lining, or most importantly in my mind, is a tolerance or a resistance to abrasion. You think about all the things we do out here with the tractor out in the forest. We push a lot of firewood in the fall. I mean, to date, we've only done maybe 3 or 4 cord in that woodshed. I think the number one thing we want to look for is a good quality material that has a high tolerance to abrasion. So here's where I believe, based on what I've read, is the pecking order of what we want to look for. I think the number one skin that we're looking for is a kangaroo skin. True. Second, followed by buffalo skin. Third would be goat skin, and then your cowhides, your deer skin, elk, pig, etc., they all fall below that. Challenge I have is I've been trying to find a good pair of work gloves that's made out of kangaroo skin, and I can't. You can find motorcycle gloves, snowmobile gloves, riding gloves, dress gloves made out of kangaroo skin, but I can't find anybody anywhere that makes a work glove. And I'd love to have a pair. And if you know where I can get one, or if you actually have been using one, especially to my subscribers down in Australia, I would love to find out where you're getting those gloves. So that's, I guess, where the journey's taking me. I'm gonna keep looking. I have had buffalo skin and I do love it a lot. So I may be looking for a buffalo skin, but I'd love to find a kangaroo skin, a pair of work gloves to test out on this channel. Let me know if you know of any. In the meantime, just to wrap it up on these Giver gloves, sadly, I give it 2 thumbs down. And in fact, 1 thumb's got a hole in it. Would I buy them again? Honestly, not at any price. No matter how cheap these would be, having to replace them every 8 to 10 weeks, I'm just not up for that. I don't think it's worth the hassle. I want a good pair of gloves, kind of an everyday carry that I know are going to be sticking around for a few seasons at least. Help me out in the comments if you know of any. Thanks a lot for sticking around. I hope you're finding this playlist or this series on work gloves helpful or informative. If you are, please click subscribe, hit the like button, and if you want to know when I'm posting videos, just click the little bell. Have a great week with your families. Please be kind to one another. It's time for me to get to work. I'll see you on the next one. Cheers. It's a 4-inch chipper.